handstand. I mean, there's quite a few more, but three main ones. It's mobility, strength, and being able to find balance while you're upside down. So I believe one of the things that really kind of holds us back as we start to get into practice is having really tight wrists and really tight shoulders as well. So to actually hold a straight handstand, you have to have 180 degrees flexion, your arms overhead. So you just want to try that out right now. Lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Just see where your arms can kind of get to in space. Try to keep the core solid, extending out through the fingers, and eventually, again, lowering down. So we're going to work these two areas of the body every single week, pretty much, working into the wrists and the shoulders. And I think it's a really important question to ask, why do you want to learn how to handstand? It's really important to kind of have goals in mind as we start to progress down this path. For me, I think it's really fun, builds confidence, builds a lot of strength naturally, just playing around with it, and can also be a really powerful tool to overcome fear. So if you're not scared to go upside down, this path will be quite a bit easier for you. But if you are kind of scared and fearful, this can be a really liberating journey as you start to break through that fear, kind of bring that confidence and energy into other areas of your life as well. So if you're ready, we'll come onto all fours. So we're going to work through quite a bit of shoulder engagement today and quite a bit of kind of breath work moving into the core. So let's bring the shoulders over top of your wrists and grip your fingers. So track them directly over your wrists. We'll start some protraction and retraction. So as you inhale, push a bit more into the floor and lift the back of the heart. So feel the shoulder blades separate. Just hold here for a moment. Wrap the triceps towards your body. So you want to spin the eye of your elbow in line with your thumb. And gently start to pour your weight forward. So keep that protraction, pour the weight forward slightly. Start to feel the weight pour into the fingertips and release, draw back. So shoulders back over top of your wrists. We had long exhale. Draw the shoulder blades together now. So pinch the shoulder blades behind you. Hold here. This is called retracting the shoulders. So you're drawing back into their sockets. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. It's just like you're pinching a peanut. Let's go for 3. In for 2. And for 1, I'm going to inhale breath, push out through your palms, going to lift the back of the heart. I'll just flow with the breath now. So push out, exhale, pinch in. Inhale up. And exhale in. Let's go 5 more at your own pace. Feel free to go really slow and controlled though. Kind of feel out every part of this exercise. Final 2, start to rock your weight forward as you drop and pressing back through center, and forward as you drop, pressing back through center. And let's release your palms, bring the back of the hands on the floor now, so fingertips towards your knees. So this one can be really sensitive for some people. If you're not used to this, just soften your elbows slightly. Stage 2, if you're good here, start to engage, extend your arms, wrap the triceps in, and long exhale, bend the elbows forward. You start to lower the heart. Feel the weight pour forward. Inhale, power through, wrap in. And you exhale, lower. Then count it out, really solid breaths. 4 more complete cycles. Work into the back of your wrist. And eventually releasing, heels the hands face each other now, fingertips up towards the sides of the room. So if you want to intensify this one, go ahead and walk your hands a bit closer together. And of course, to lessen the stretch, walk them out, side to side motion. Feel the weight pour towards the left and right. And with control, maybe drawing some half circles back towards the heels. Whatever motion feels good, let's encourage you to go through it. A few more complete breaths. Try to find some rotation now. And eventually releasing. Let's make fists, so thumbs on the outside, squeeze your fingers together. We'll come forward, bring your knuckles onto the floor. We're just gonna roll with control forward towards the thumb. Extend out to the inside edge of your wrist. Let's draw it back towards the ulnar side. Come onto your pinky. Kind of flex out, drop the forearms to the floor. Let's draw forward. Inhale, rolling forward. And you exhale, draw back. So move your knuckles onto your pinky. Hey, Michaela, how's it going? You can turn your video on if you want. 3 more times, draw forward. So try not to be aggressive here as you pour the weight forward. It can be really gentle. Just warm you up into the wrist. Nice. Just come back forward. So this one, the fingertips towards your knees, heels the hands forward. So in this variation, you're going to inhale, roll the weight forward, press down through your palms. And you exhale, slowly draw back. And start to lift the wrists off the floor. Come up to the mid knuckles. And then back onto the fingertips. So strengthen up, fingertips. And lower, slow motion, mid knuckles. All the way down to the heels of your hands. And one more time, draw back. Extra slow, lift the wrists up. All the way to the fingertips. And slow draw back. And eventually it's releasing out. So let's bring your hands together. So press your palms in, draw the thumbs together. And bring the back of your right hand onto the floor. So pressing your left hand into your right palm. And actually I'm going to mirror you guys. So as you exhale, bend your right elbow off to the side. Let's roll the elbow towards your body. Extending out. So just find some circular motion. Bend the right elbow. Draw towards the body. Let's come back up. A couple more. Keep pushing your top hand into your palms like you're tractioning it up. And draw it back and switch sides. So palms together, switch over. Back of your left hand. And you exhale, left elbow bends out. Full breath. Reload, come back up through center. Let's flow like that. Let's come back up onto your knees, come up on your toes. Just interlace the fingers, roll out through the wrist. So any motion that feels good. Any intuitive direction, maybe waving it out or circles. Just try to get full rotation. And let's rewind. So whatever motion you're doing, try to go the opposite way. And let's release it out. So this is one of my favorite handstand drills. Just reach the fingertips out towards the ceiling. Extend out, wrap the triceps in. So create like a hollow body shape. So triceps in, feel the shoulder blades separate. And then from there, start to extend up towards the ceiling. So you're protracting through the shoulders. Inhale, extend out your fingers. And long exhale, make fists, thumbs on the outside. Just squeeze. Feel that power through your arms and your shoulders. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And we inhale, extend out through the fingers. Just flow with your breath now. Exhale, squeeze in. And inhale, extend. Just lots of intention. And for 2. And for 1, come back in. Let's go as fast as you can now. Let's go for 10, in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release it out. Let the blood flow through the fingertips. Kind of shake out through your shoulders. So releasing out. Your right arm extends out 45 degrees. So bring your fingertips together. Left hand to your lower back. And left ear, left shoulder. So start to traction open that right side. Feel free to draw the chin forward and back. Adjusting your right arm if you need to. Just keep that full breath. And feel free to pause at any sticky spots. Let's bring that right arm in line with the shoulder now. Open up through the palm, so push the center of your palm towards the side of the room. Keep that same motion. Just notice how that changes things a bit. Let's come back through center and switch sides. So left arm out, back of your right hand to your lower back, right ear, right shoulder. It's really gentle at first, forward and back motion. And again, stage 2, left palm opens up, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Just push out. So actively push out and find that motion, or find that still spot. Just breathe through. It's a really effective way to open up your whole upper body really quickly. It's nice to remember this one when you're warming up. Let's draw back forward. Let's release that out. Interlace the fingers, palms up towards the ceiling. So lift the palms up, stay up on your toes. Lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. So from here, again, keep the fingers interlaced, wrap the triceps forward. Take an inhale, squeeze the biceps towards your ears, lift the gaze up. And as you exhale, optional back bend here. Draw the belly in. Keep lifting up to the center of your chest. We're really strong, pushing your palms up towards the ceiling. And the inhale, come up through center. And the exhale, push the palms forward, hips back to your heels. Just round out the upper spine. And the inhales, come back up through center and shoulders behind your ears. And the exhale, push forward. So keep that motion flowing. Over time, you want to train that motion of your shoulders actually coming behind your ears, because for handstands, you kind of need that 180-degree flexion overhead, or even further than that. Let's go for 3. Number 2. And last one, let's push forward, hips back to your heels, push out to your palm. Just hold here for 2, lean back. And let's go forward, palms on the floor. So you can untuck your toes, just tap out through your feet. Tap out, wake up the ankles. Let's create some alignment here now. So shoulders over wrists. So when you first start your handstand practice, you want to feel your weight pour in to your thumb and your point your fingers. So the inside edge of your hand, triceps wrap towards your body. So eye of the elbow kind of spins in line with your thumb. So feel that kind of alignment, push out to the back body. So start to protract your shoulders. So you're using the strength of the back body now. You tuck the toes. And you exhale, keep that same shape, downward facing dog. So keep those shoulders externally rotating open. So feel free to walk your stance in. And over time, when you're kind of training for handstands, you want to start to bring your heart actually past your shoulders. So you push more on the mat, draw the belly back towards your thighs. And creating that flexion out through the shoulders. And some teachers will tell you that's not correct, but once you start to really build that stability through your shoulders, you can do a lot more than you think with your body. So keep drawing the heart back as long as your shoulders feel stable. And long spine. Take an inhale here, come up on your toes. And the exhale, push back, heels down to the floor. And inhale up on your toes. And the exhale, push back, soften. Inhale, come up on your toes. And the exhale, bend the knees, take a look forward. And when you're ready, step or floats, come to the top of the mat forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Just pause here for a moment. Bring your hands to your shins. And long spine, long neck. So gaze towards the floor. And start to press your shins into your hands. So feel that action. And strengthen the back body through your legs. Press down through your heels. And the out breath, fold forward. Let's tent the fingertips forward. So find a place for the fingertips on the mat. And start to rock forward and back to your toes, into your heels, chin to chest. Just work open. The entire back body here, breathe out. And eventually rocking back towards your heels. Just push through the feet, come all the way up. Just reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And full breath in. And you exhale, hands through center. This time, palms together. So just cross your thumbs. Squeeze your palms in. And inhale, press the arms up, lift the gaze up. Squeeze the biceps towards your ears. And you find that strong back bend now. So inhale, peel up through the heart, squeeze your biceps in. Exhale, lean into the strength of your back body. So feel that action. Work open the entire front line of your body. 2 more breaths. And the inhale, come back up through center. And the exhales, fold forward all the way down to the floor. Take an in-breath, halfway lift, lengthen up. And the exhale, fold forward, palms on the floor, step back through plank. So hold here for a moment. Come up on your toes. In this variation, step your feet hip-width apart. Push out, lift out to the back of the heart. So this is one of those fundamental poses that's kind of the most effective for handstands, for training that action. Triceps wrap in. Squeeze your glutes, tuck the tailbone. And the exhale breath, knees to the floor. Just drop your chest and your chin. And the inhale breath, and baby cobra, come all the way up. Squeeze the elbows towards your body. And the exhale, lower. One more baby cobra, inhale, peel up. Use the strength of your back body, it's lower. And pushing one motion all the way up and back. Downward facing dog when you're ready. So it's reset and down dog. So again, really strong. Keep that activation through the shoulders. This time we'll walk the feet in slightly. So walk the feet in. Big toes touch behind you. We'll try a few tuck-ups now. So push them into the mat. Take a full inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, look forward. So just like a spring, belly to your thighs. Bottom of the exhale, jump forward. Whew. Let's go for 3. Push and lift. Couple more. And one more time. And eventually jump your feet between your hands. Let's take an in-breath, halfway lift. And the exhales, fold forward. So take your feet, you just hip-width apart. Take a hold of your elbows. Let the belly drop down to your spine. And belly towards your thighs. Just side to side motion, tuck your chin. Just kind of releasing any tension you're holding on to. Let the shoulders just kind of go heavy. And exhale breath, release your elbows, fingertips on the floor. And the inhale, push to your feet, come all the way up, just reach your arms up. And the exhale, hands to your center, just calm your mind. Let's find mountain pose now. So you can step your feet together or hip-width apart, your choice. Palms open up. So you can close your eyes or fix the gaze forward. And as your awareness drops in, just looking to find a center point in your body. So where do you feel super stacked and light? And just tune into that spot. And from there, start to engage your legs more. So feel the inner thighs squeeze in. Feel your glutes activate. Press your big toes into the mat. Take an inhale breath, reach your arms out, lift the gaze up. And the exhale, fold forward, go down to the floor. A little bit quicker now, halfway lift, inhale. And the exhale, fold forward, palms to the floor, step or flow back. Chaturanga just halfway down. Pause. Inhale, flow up and through. Nice, Michaela, let's go back. Downward facing dog. I think we lost the cell. That connection kicked up. That's all good. Let's look forward. Right knee, right tricep, come forward. Tap and hold for 2. And 1, step back. Left side, left knee forward. Bring it super high. Above your elbow, hold for 2. And 1, step back. Speed up with the breath now. Inhale, right side forward. And back. Let's go forward. And back. Let's go for 8. And 7. 6. 5. Use that full breath. 4. Let's go 3. Let's go for 2. And 1, forward. And the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. When you're ready, step or flow top of the mat. This time we'll go through halfway lift, inhale. And now as you exhale, bend the knees, bring your hips down towards your heels. Walk the hands back. So moving into low boat. Lower spine on the mat, feet draw together. Keep the shoulders lifted. So palms opened up, hold here for 5, and 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Palms on the floor, draw the knees in towards your chest. So let's hug the knees in for a moment. Take a hold of your shins. Just circle out through your lower back. Massaging out for a moment. And we'll go through some hip lifts. So these are great for extending out through your core, palms by your side. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Let's take an inhale here. And as you exhale, lift the hips, extend the legs behind you. So C shape with the body, squeeze in center. Can you inhale, lower, knees to your chest. Exhale, push and lift. And lower. So let's go through 5 more. Just think about extending out through the core, through your back body. Push your palms into the mat. Let's go for 3. And for 2. And for 1. Extend up. And you exhale, cross your legs, move forward. Just plant the palms, step or float back. We'll go through chaturanga and halfway down lower. Inhale up and through. Any exhales, you're all back, downward facing dog. So let's reset, step it out. Any motion that feels good. And then dropping your knees onto the floor. Let's go through some shoulder mobility here. So puppy pose. Extend out your arms. Come up onto your fingertips. Start reaching forward. Keep that solid core. Just wrap the triceps towards the floor. In slow motion, start to lower the heart. Feel free to extend your arms more if you want. Forehead down to the mat. So keeping your hips over your knees, we're only looking for that mobility through your shoulders and through your chest. And walking your fingertips back towards your body. So slow motion, come back. Let's move back onto all fours. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Start to move forward into your wrist. Tuck your toes behind you. Let's take a full inhale. The exhale, lift the knees just 2 inches off the mat. So squeeze everything center, push out, lift your shoulders. Let's hold here for 4. Squeeze center, go for 3. Full breath for 2. And 1, downward facing dog when you're ready. Then you inhale, lift the right leg up towards the ceiling, full breath in. Try to keep your hips square. And the exhale, knee to your nose, tiger curl forward, slow. We'll step the right foot forward. Then left foot 45 degrees. Go through warrior 1. And you inhale, reach your arms out, lift the gaze. So keeping your hands shoulder width apart, start to squeeze that space between your hands. Your left hip draws forward. So working to square the hips, take 1 more complete inhale. When you exhale, warrior 2, open up your back foot. So feel free to widen out your stance. Just take your hands to your hips for a moment. And start to externally rotate both hips. So let that right knee track open. Bring it over your ankle. Left hip also opens up. Then start to squeeze your feet together. So feel the inner thighs really start to activate. Inhale, lengthen the arms again. And you exhale, root down, settle in. Inhale, exalted warrior. So right palm flips open. Left hand down your left leg. Just pause here. Extend the fingertips behind you. Turn the heart open towards the ceiling. Keep that same shape with your leg though. So keep the right knee tracking forward. At the same time, extend the right arm behind you. In drawing forward, keep the same shape with your right leg, power warrior. Both arms reach forward. So now extend up through that left rib cage. Turn the heart open. It's like you're holding a big beach ball out in front of you. Just hold for 3. Steady breaths for 2. And 1. Come back up through center. Exalted warrior. Reach behind you. And you exhale all the way down towards the floor. Frame push. Step back. And we lift that right leg up again. This time, bend your right knee. Stack the hip open. In wild thing, step over towards the left. So big wide step. Then solid base. Start to peel. Lift the heart open. Your right hand to the back of your head. Push your palm in. Expand the elbow up. And looking forward. Right knee draws in towards your chest. Slow motion right hand to the floor. Knee to your nose. We'll come into a low lunge. So drop the left knee. And extending out through that right leg. So toes up towards the ceiling. Just really soft here. If you have some blocks or something, could be nice. Just keep that long spine. Let's come back through center, palms onto the floor, tuck your back toes. We'll step back, downward facing dog. So now try some shoulder protraction in downward facing dog. So push through your palms, and then push more through your right hand. Come onto your right fingertips. So feel that shoulder push out a little bit more. So left palm stays rooted up onto your right fingertips. Draw the heart back. And switch sides, right palm to the floor. Up onto your left fingertips, push up more from that left shoulder. Keep drawing the belly back towards your thighs. And back onto your palms. Left side, inhale, lift your left leg up, flex that foot. Really strong push up through your rib cage. And the exhale, tiger curl forward. Try to touch your knee to your nose. We'll step forward. Right foot on the floor in warrior one, second side. So let's reset. Come back up. So feel the shoulders soften at the same time. Lots of energy up through your fingertips. Feel that strong base press into the floor. And the exhale, second stage, widen out your arms. Right foot opens up, so you're gonna warrior two, really wide stance. We fix the gaze forward. So let that left knee track open. Press the heels together. Right from there, left palm opens up. Just reach it up and back. Exalted warrior. Breathe open through your rib cage. Keep turning the rib cage up towards the ceiling. So let that left shoulder kind of turn open. Extend the left fingertips behind you. Winds back forward, both arms reach out in front, so power warrior, reach forward. All side body strength here, hold for 4. Let's press out, go for 3. Hold out for 2. And 1 in slow motion, exalted warrior. Gonna reach it up and back. Maybe exhale all the way down towards the floor again, frame push. Lift the left leg up all the way, bend the knee. Maybe a wild thing, big step over. So we're gonna set that really wide and steady base. So feel your feet separate quite a bit. Left hand to the back of your head, push in, expand, lift the left elbow up now. Keep pushing through your right hand. So you're still training that shoulder protraction through the right side. Feel your fingertips grip into the mat. Good, gazing back towards the top of the mat. Right foot flexes in, left knee comes in, slow motion. Drop forward, get low lunge, come forward. Right knee on the floor. And extending out. Toes up towards the ceiling. Try to keep that leg in line with your body. When you're drawing forward, plant your left foot. You can frame your foot, tuck your back toes. Now step back plank. We'll flow through optional chaturanga here, lower halfway down. Inhale up as through. And you exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. Let's reset all the way up and back. And the exhale breath, bend the knees, look forward. When you're ready, step or float. Let's come to the top of the mat. And the inhale, halfway lift. And the exhale, bow forward, belly draws in. Again, bend the knees forward, lowering your weight all the way onto your sit bones. This time, feet onto the floor, hands behind your thighs. Squeeze the knees in center. We'll go through boat pose, so traditional style, legs up 90 degrees. Stage 2, extend your legs out, point your toes. Maybe palms open up. Hold here, smile. Keep the gaze fixed over your big toes. Squeeze the knees in, hold for 4. Soften the upper body, go for 3. Press up, go for 2. And 1, Ardha Navasana, low boat. Lower spine to the mat. Maybe add some breath of fire here through your mouth. Keep the breath flowing, create that new energy. Go for 5, get 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, come up, cross your legs, knees to your chest, fingertips forward, and then we'll roll forward, feet come together. Take the knees wide. Just moving into cobbler's pose. So interlace your fingers around your toes. Inhale, lengthen your arms. And long exhale, folding forward. So draw the elbows in front of your shins. Next stage, tuck your chin, draw your forehead down towards your feet. So instead of being aggressive here and pressing down your legs, just think about your knees expanding out with the breath. Expand out towards the sides of the room. Coming back up through center. Go through a couple more bow pose variations before we get into our final drills. So peace fingers around your big toes, lean back, heels up towards the ceiling now, so press the heels up. So the whole key here is to fix the gaze, soften the back body, but keep on pushing through your heels. So feel that activation really strong. Stage 2, open up through the feet. You're allowing the shoulders to open. Keep that gaze fixed though, let your mind clear. Drawing the feet back up to center, bend the knees, come into our final variation, heels onto the floor. Take your hands around the side of your feet. Let's lean back, heels draw together. Exhale, push up, draw your feet open like a book towards the ceiling. Keep pressing your knees in, and hold here for 5. Go for 4, lots of leg strength. Push and hold for 3. Go for 2. And 1, release. Palms come together, slow motion, lower, all the way down to low bow. Inhale here, low bow. Exhale, cross your legs, knees to your chest. Let's go low bow, lower. Let's go for 5, lift. Low bow, inhale, lift. Low bow, 3. Low bow, 2. Low bow, hold. 1, come up. Squeeze the knees in towards your chest. When you exhale, roll forward, plant the palms. And step back, plank pose. Shoulders over wrist, push out. We'll lower to the elbows, forearm plank. So elbows on the floor. Keep the hips in line with your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, dip the front of your pelvis towards the floor. Tap, inhale, push up. And you exhale, lower. Push up. Let's lower, let's go for 5. Up, lower, 4, up, and lower. 3, lower. Let's go for 2, and lower. Last one, press up, and we lower all the way down. Knees on the floor, palms come together. So take the knees, mat width apart, elbows stay on the floor. We'll draw the hands behind your head. So just moving into the triceps, into your shoulders. Soften, let everything go. So we inhale, draw forward. So before we go into our wall holds, we like to, or I like to teach, I guess, workshopping a different inversion other than handstand before we get into it. So today we'll go through headstand kind of step by step. I've learned a few new things in the last couple of months, so bring that into practice. So it's coming onto our hands and our knees. So it's drawing down. So let your elbows just fall into the floor naturally. Just notice where your elbows kind of land in space. When we're just starting our yoga journey, a lot of times it's easier to have the elbows out wide because you can really engage and activate a lot more through your shoulders. And it just makes sense for drawing in more strength. But over time, you want to become more aligned. So draw the elbows in line with your shoulders. And this way your weight kind of tracks down through your shoulders and your elbows all the way through the floor instead of holding up with strength, if that makes sense. So come on to your elbows, take a look. Are they in line with my shoulders or not? It's a good place to start. Interlace your fingers, squeeze the palms in. So I like to squeeze in center before I lift. Feel that strength, drawing in. Push your elbows into the floor. So again, protract your shoulders, lift the back of the heart. So feel your shoulder blades kind of separate, look forward. Next stage from here, tuck your toes. Then lift the hips up. So keeping the gaze lifted, walk the feet in. And once your hips are forward a little bit, tuck your chin, draw the very top of your head towards the floor. Keep pushing up. Walk your feet in. One knee draws in, second leg draws in. Push up and lift. So try to find that lift with core strength. Of course, feel free to use the wall here. Try to hold up for 10 and 9 and for 8. Still 7 and 6 and 5. Let's go for 4 and 3, for 2, and for 1. Try to go slow motion, knees to chest. Ooh, that was not very slow. Draw all the way back down to the floor. Just kind of roll out through your neck a little bit. So when you come upside down, a lot of times it's useful to think about not putting too much weight into your head. I think I did way too much weight into my head there. So try to push out through your elbows, push more out through the back body to get that light kind of lift with your head coming off the mat. So now we'll go to a place on the wall. So find a blank wall and go through our wall holds now. So the most effective way to build up that free handstand is to kind of get the strength and your line correct on the wall. So over time, with more experience, when it starts to come closer towards the wall, so that makes your line a lot straighter, if that makes sense. So I always train that straight line. So when you come upside down, your muscles kind of have that memory already of remaining kind of upright and really strong. So let's come towards the wall. If you're a beginner, maybe coming off the wall slightly, just sensing out maybe a hand's distance away from the wall if you're just starting, or walking closer and closer as you get more experience. Let's take a look at your fingers first. I'm going to spin the fingertips out towards the side slightly. Just angle off the fingers. Then from here, draw the weight forward. So feel the weight pour in through your palms and through your fingertips. So again, you want to start to train your weight to come into your thumb and your pointer finger instead of on the outside edge of your hand. Just makes it a lot safer to go upside down. So let's lean your weight forward and back, just noticing, starting to train where that weight is going. Then stage 2 from there, tuck your toes, protract through the shoulders. So again, shoulder blades separate, really, really important motion here. A lot of your handstand depends on how straight your arms can be. So wrap the triceps towards your body, straighten out. Any bend in the elbows, you're gonna lose a lot of stability and you're actually gonna be just working against yourself. So try to straighten out, push out. So feel that strength through the side body, through the rib cage. Maybe tuck your toes, keep on pressing. Walk the feet a bit closer. So you wanna shorten off your stance first. Right leg lifts up toward the ceiling. Try the right side first. Exhale, kick up and lift. Come up to the wall, feet together. So if you can't come up yet, just keep on trying. Squeeze that center line. Squeeze your glutes, hold for 10. Push out 9, 8, and 7, and 6. Try to straighten your arms, go for 5, and 4. Let's go 3, for 2, and 1. Try back down to the floor. Just release it out. Any motion that feels good through the wrist, feel free just to rotate, release out any of that tension you just built up. So over time, I guess your first milestone should be, if you want to time yourself, be about a minute up on the wall is what you want to work towards. Right now, when we're first starting, even 10 breaths, feels quite intense for your wrist. So you definitely don't want to overdo actual strength and mobility of your wrist at the start. It's really a better idea just to avoid injury. So let's come back for a second hold. This time we'll do a count of 15 breaths. It's coming up to the wall. Feel free to come a bit closer if you'd like. You can spin the fingertips up toward the side. Press down, push up. Feel that strength. Draw through your back body. You tuck your toes. And walking up, shorten off your stance. And the exhale breath, lift up. So you can try a second leg if you want, or the first leg, squeeze center, hold 15. And 14, 13, squeeze your glutes. Draw your belly in. And 10. And for 9. And 8. And 7. And for 6. And 5. 4. 3. You can do it for 2. And 1. Drawing back down. All the way. Release it out. Roll out through the wrists. So 15 breath count is probably, close to 30 seconds or around there. So I can tell I'm kind of out of practice right now, as that was tough, definitely for my wrist. So I have to mobilize a bit more. Just roll it out. And then we'll come onto the back body. Coming onto your back body, we'll do another kind of shoulder and side body mobility here before we, go through our cool down sequence. Really inhale, reach your arms overhead. You're gonna hook your right thumb over your left thumb. So find that connection, spread your fingers, shoulders softened by your ears. So for some people, it's gonna already be quite intense. Just pause here for a moment. Feel the shoulders and the side body naturally just open up with the breath. Inhale. And the exhale, release your thumb. Slowly sweep the hands up towards your thighs. Tap your thighs. And you inhale, lower, arms overhead. And the exhale, push up, sweep the hands up. And 5 more at your own pace. Really try to peel down slow. Feel out every vertebrae as you lower. And last one, push up and lift, palms up to your thighs. Activate that inner strength line through your legs. So feel it fire up through your pelvis and through your core. So keep the hips lifted, reach your arms overhead. I'm gonna hook your left thumb over your right thumb now. So engage out, push out, and then lower the spine. So keep that thumb hook, lower 1 vertebrae at a time. All the way back down to the sacrum. And then releasing your thumbs. Palms by your side, a little windshield wiper, knees side to side. Just release out any tension you're holding. Really wide feet. And left leg up, right knee draws in towards your chest. So extend the left side, right knee in, interlace your finger. Just circulate out through that right hip. So any motion that feels good, maybe larger circles, and start to mobilize. And then bend the left knee, stack your right foot on top of your left thigh, flex your right foot. Lift that left foot off the floor, interlace your fingers around your shin in a side-to-side motion. So thread the needle. Again, if motion feels good, feel free to massage out your lower back. And then left foot back to the floor. Peace fingers around your right big toe. Out breath, right heel up towards the ceiling. Relax your right shoulder back down towards the mat. So feel free to use the strap here if you need to, or keep the peace finger grip. So you're actively lifting that right heel, but at the same time, where can you find a bit more space and relaxation? And left leg long now. Just take your hands behind your right thigh, soften that knee. And spinal twist over towards the left. So take a block or anything you need underneath that right leg. Right arm extends out. You shift the gaze over that right side. Just allowing your spine to ring out. Relax your hips and shoulders. So feel free to stay here a bit longer if you wish, or support that right leg, come back up. Right foot onto the floor, and left leg stacks on top of your right thigh. So just resting here for a moment before lifting that right leg up. Interlace the fingers side to side, relax and massage out. And pausing anywhere that feels like needs a bit more love and opening. And eventually right foot to the floor, peace fingers around your left big toe now. Exhale, lift that heel up. So keep that extension, relax your shoulders down towards the mat. You feel that breath create new space through the back of your left leg. You know, breath release, hands interlace behind your left thigh, right leg long, spinal twist over towards the right now, left leg extends out, let that right arm extend. Sorry, left arm extends, let the left shoulder externally rotate open, so feel the palm open up, send that space down your spine through your left leg. Visualizing your back body. It's holding tons of room as you inhale. Your spine is kind of like that third lung. Use your inhale, fill up with a new space. The exhale, surrender and relax. And feel free to stay here a bit longer if you wish, or support that left leg back up. Heels up towards the ceiling. Take a hold of the outside of your feet. Heels pressed up. So knees pressed down to the floor at the same time. Press your heels up towards the ceiling. So feel that counter action. Allow the hips to open. So any motion that feels good, maybe lengthen one leg, bend the other knee. Allow any tension to completely release from the body. And eventually releasing, bring your feet together, knees wide, and arms out to a T. So feel the heels and toes connect. Taking props underneath your thighs if you want to, or just surrender into the weight of gravity. Let that weight really calm your mind. Draw your awareness inside. At any point in time, feel free to lengthen your legs up, moving into our final posture. In Shavasana, palms open now. So just give yourself this time